In the last lesson, we learned about the 3 rigid transformations and how each one creates a congruent image. Today, we're exploring translation, which is when we slide a figure from one place to another. Yeah, just like that, Mia. Before we go any further into this video, you'll need to complete the Satellite Simulations Part 1 activity that comes before your guided notes. If you haven't done that yet, pause the video now and come back when you're finished. Looks like you're ready. Let's go. Let's say I'm walking up this street, and just as I'm getting to the end of the block, someone asks for directions to the local library, which is this orange square on the map. How should I give them those directions? I can tell them go up 2 blocks, then right 3 blocks, or I can say go right 3 blocks, then up 2 blocks. Just like guiding someone to a destination, we can describe and perform translations by being specific about the distance and direction a pre-image needs to translate. Let's imagine that the lost person is our pre-image or starting location, and the coordinate plane is the map. Let's call the pre-image point J. We want to guide point J to its destination, so we would say translate up 2 units and right 3 units. Point J would slide up 2 units, 1, 2, and then slide right 3 units, 1, 2, 3, creating the image J prime. We also could have said translate right 3 units and up 2 units. The order doesn't matter for translations. Okay, your turn. Take pre-image W and translate it left 6 units and down 3 units. Pause now to do this in your guided notes. We can slide point W left 6 units, then down 3 units, or down 3 units, and then left 6 units, creating point W prime here. It looks like we can already perform a translation. Now, instead, let's look at a translation that's already happened. We're given both the pre-image and image. We have the current location and the destination. How would you describe the translation the pre-image took to become the image? Pause now to record your answer in your guided notes. We can slide pre-image point B right 8 units and down 6 units, creating image B prime. Alternatively, we can slide the pre-image down 6 units and right 8 units. With all this shifting around, the x and y coordinates of these 2 points must be very different from each other. I wonder if there's a way we can use coordinates to describe translations instead. I'm going to translate this point 5, 4 in each direction one at a time so we can observe what happens to the coordinates. Fill out this table in your guided notes along the way. Let's say we translate this point to the left. As we translate it, observe what happens to the coordinates. What did you notice? As we translated the point to the left along the x-axis, the x-coordinate decreased and the y-coordinate stayed the same. That makes sense because moving horizontally only changes the x-coordinate. The starting point at 5, 4 ultimately translated left 3 units, so the x-coordinate of 5 was decreased by 3. We can generalize this translation using just the variables x and y, and write it like so. This is what we call a coordinate notation, which is a way to describe transformations using coordinates. If we were only given this notation, we know that a point's x-coordinate has decreased by 3, which means it was translated left 3 units. Okay, let's reset the point. How do you think the coordinates will change if we translate this point to the right? Let's see if your prediction is correct. What did you notice? As we translated the point to the right, the x-coordinate increased. The starting point at 5, 4 translated right 3 units, so the x-coordinate of 5 was increased by 3. What will the coordinate notation look like for this translation? Using just x and y, we can write it like this. What would happen if we translated our original point vertically instead? Let's shift this point up. What did you notice? As we translated the point up, the y-coordinate increased and the x-coordinate stayed the same. That makes sense. Since we're only moving vertically, only the y-coordinate will change. The starting point at 5, 4 translated up 3 units, so the x-coordinate of 4 was increased by 3. What will the coordinate notation look like for this translation? Using just x and y, we can write it like this. The last direction is down. What's the coordinate notation for a translation 3 units down? Pause now to make your prediction. Okay, let's shift this point down. What did you notice? As we translated the point down, the y-coordinate decreased. The starting point at 5, 4 translated down 3 units, so the x-coordinate of 4 was decreased by 3. Replacing the numbers with variables gives us our coordinate notation. Your completed table should look like this. Go ahead and pause the video so you can double-check what you wrote. These coordinate notations help us understand how translations in different directions and units affect the coordinates of a pre-image. Here's a visual summary of all of that. To translate right or left, we add or subtract from the x-coordinate. To translate up or down, we add or subtract from the y-coordinate. Let's apply what we've learned to some example problems. Given this coordinate notation, what directions and by how many units do we translate the pre-image? Feel free to look back at your table. Pause the video now. Because both the x and y coordinates change, we know that the pre-image translates horizontally and vertically. Changes to the x value move the pre-image left or right. Since the x-coordinate decreases, the pre-image translates to the left. Changes to the y-coordinate move the pre-image up or down. Since the y-coordinate increases, the pre-image translates up. We can conclude that the pre-image translates left 4 units and up 7 units, in any order, creating point F prime. To check whether point F prime is in the correct location, we can first take our original coordinates, which are -3, -2, decrease the x-coordinate of -3 by 4, and increase the y-coordinate of -2 by 7, resulting in a final coordinate of -7, 5. And that matches the location of point F prime. Let's try another example. We have a square this time rather than a single point. To translate the square to a new location, we can translate its vertices or corners, which in this case are points A, B, C, and D. Go ahead and translate this square based on the following coordinate notation. Pause now. The x-coordinate increasing by 5 indicates that the pre-image moves to the right 5 units, and the y-coordinate decreasing by 6 indicates that the pre-image moves down 6 units. Now we know how to translate the vertices. We can translate each of the 4 points one at a time, then label each of them prime and draw in the edges to make the square. Here's our last example. Given this pre-image and image of a triangle, write the coordinate notation for the translation that occurred. Pause now. We can see that the pre-image translated left 7 units and down 1 unit. Since it translated to the left, the x-coordinate decreased by 7, and since it translated down, the y-coordinate decreased by 1. To make sure our coordinate notation is correct, we can compare the coordinates of a corresponding point from the pre-image and image. Point E is 2, 3. According to the coordinate notation, we subtract the 2 by 7 and subtract the 3 by 1, giving us new coordinates of -5, 2. Let's check whether that matches up with E prime on the coordinate plane. And it does. Great job working with translations and coordinate notations today. Continue reviewing what you've learned by completing the practice levels after the guided notes. And remember, math is everywhere. Keep exploring.
Hey, hey.